again, I'm available. All right, let's do it.
All right, I will now call to order the January 19th, 2021 Community Services Commission meeting. Commissioner Barraza, could I have you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Of course. Here we go. Let me find the flag. Here's the flag. There we go.
There it is.
All right.
Yay.
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Okay. Chairperson Megan.
Present.
Okay. Commissioner Barraza.
Present.
Commissioner Ordian. Commissioner Ordian.
Present.
Commissioner, help me pronounce your last name, Kevin. Wilcoxon?
Wilcoxon,
Oh, you froze. Okay, got it.
present.
And Commissioner Ronald Phillips Martinez?
Present.
Thank you, Edith. Moving
welcome.
forward, since we have new commissioners, I'll go ahead and pause right here and have you guys kind of introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourselves. I will start with Commissioner Wilcoxon.
Hi, I'm originally from Kansas City and moved out to California early 2000s, right around 9/11, I guess, and have worked at various universities as an instructional manager or a training manager, instructional designer, excuse me. And my history is I've been, in my professional life, been on a lot of boards at local and state levels. I've worked with youth quite a bit, most recently as a volunteer with the, what is it? The court system.
CASA?
CASA, yes, court-appointed special advocate. My boy moved out of the area, so I'm not doing that right now. So I'm ready to get involved.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And now Commissioner Phillips Martinez.
Hi, everyone. I am a long-term resident of the Valley. I have a long background in nonprofit management and construction development. And I also run Desert Theater Works at the Indio Performing Arts Center. So happy to be on board here.
Thank you so much. All right, moving forward, we'll have commissioner comments. I'll start with Commissioner Ordian.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome new commissioner to the board. So I'm kind of new like you. And so going to be no comments.
Thank you, Commissioner Ordian. Commissioner Barraza.
Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, new commissioners, and of course, Happy New Year to all. I'm excited to see some new involvement, I'm going to say. As you can see, my name is Kimberly Barraza. I've been a commissioner for going on to 3 years now. Commissioner Megan and I joined around the same time, so that's exciting. I'm pretty sure that you'll like it. And I mean, I enjoy it a lot. I have a teenager and a second grader. And so just being able to go out and kind of keep an eye out on some of our, city amenities and coming from the different perspectives, going to the park and having a second grader wanting to run all over the place, and then a teenager wanting to sit under a tree and read, and then also, just connecting with people So I really do enjoy it. And I'm pretty sure that you will too. For my comments, I do want to just, we know that I want to tie it into our senior population. Vaccines, COVID vaccines opened up for 65 and older. And so I just wanted to recommend or throw out there, if you want to go ahead and schedule an appointment, to call 211. They'll help you schedule that. If not, if you're computer savvy, you can always go online and do that. But as of now, concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Braza. Commissioner Phillips Martinez.
I have no comment at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Wilcoxon.
No comments at this time.
Thank you. My only comment is that I would like to say thank you to former Commissioner Chris Young for his 15 years in the Community Services Commission. I know previously he had said thank you. He left mid, who also had done 15 years. So I just want to recognize them and all the hard work that they did on this commission, and that they'll be dearly missed. All right, we'll move forward to the public comment. Do we have any, Edith?
No.
Okay, moving forward to the approval of minutes. Can I get a motion? Kimberly, Armin, we're the only ones
I
that can
move
vote.
to approve the December 15 meeting minutes.
And I second the motion.
Okay, we'll vote with a roll call.
Okay, Chairperson Echo,
Aye.
Commissioner Braza,
Aye.
and Commissioner Ordean.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes, or the minutes pass. Department updates. So I think what we're going to do, Jim, should we talk about the updates first, or should I move people around? You're muted.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of up to you guys on what you want to do, because I know that you guys have brought up in the past that you might want to switch up who's doing what.
Right.
So it's really up to you guys whether you want to do that right now, or do you want to assign the two new commissioners the departments that Midge and Chris held, or do you want to switch it up and start over right now, which is fine. And then we'll probably look at it again. If you do switch things up, or if you don't, we'll look at it again in December and see if you want to switch it up then. But it's really up to what the commissioners would like to do right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move to mix things up, just because I know Kimberly and I were kind of on the same things for 2 years. I know Commissioner Braza has said to me that she would like to move to special events, and because Chris had that for so long, I'm gonna go ahead and take her request on that. So
Okay.
that'll open up the Indio Performing Arts Center. And I would actually like to stay at the Indio Golf Course. So I will go ahead and stay with that. As far as everything else, Armin, do you want to stay with Parks and Open Spaces, or would you like to move to the Teen Center and the Senior Center, or the Performing Arts Center?
Well, I'm open to stay with the parks or move to senior center. Either one will work. So.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it up to what you want to do. If you're happy where you're at, then we're good with that. If you want to do the Senior Center and the Teen Center, if you'd like to get involved with that, I would love that also.
Okay, well, I guess because I was just kind of new, only 2-3 months, probably I'll stay with the parks. So,
Okay.
and then the next year, maybe I'll move to center.
Okay, so we'll keep you on Parks and Open Spaces. Now, Kevin and Ronald, I guess what's left is the Senior Center and the Teen Center goes in one, and then the Performing Arts Center is one. Ronald, I don't know if you have a preference, if you want to do the Performing Arts.
I'm very familiar with what's happening at the Indio Performing Arts Center. So, of course, I'm very knowledgeable about that organization there, but I would be happy to take the Teen Center, Senior Center, either or.
So if it
Well,
is any, Jen?
To me, you're in a very good position for the Performing Arts Center. So I'd be willing to take the Teen Center and the Senior Center.
Fantastic.
Jen?
The only thing I was going to say was, since Ron is a part of the Indio Performing Arts Center, having another set of eyes might
Right.
be a better choice for that. But again, that's just my 2 cents.
Okay.
Ron has been part of the Indio Performing Arts Center for a year, 4 years now. Ron, I think it is.
Yes.
So it's really up to you, but I'd like to see. I don't know. It's up to you guys, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
And I don't have
Well,
any issue if that was the case. I think it'd be good if we could get some of those like super detailed, right? Or else maybe he'd be doing double work there.
right.
Like,
That
I
was, that was
personally
my
like
only-
that insider's point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I think we'll go with that. So Ron will put you on the Performing Arts Center, and Kevin then will put you on the Teen Center and the Senior Center.
Okay.
Okay, great. I think
Perfect.
I'll go ahead and at least do the update that we have for what we were on before. The golf course is very busy right now. I don't think I've seen it slow down at all, which is great. I'm sure Jim can add to that. So,
Yeah, it's actually just blowing the budget out of the water. It's really crazy to see. I was up there 2 Tuesdays ago, and there wasn't a parking space available.
no.
I don't remember in the 15 years that I've been part of the golf course that that's ever happened. And I love it. The range, there wasn't a spot on the range. There were people from, and that was until 9 o'clock. I was there at about 7:30 till 9, and there wasn't a spot on the range. There wasn't a spot in the parking lot, and the golf course was just crazy. It was awesome. So they're doing very, very well, and I hope that continues. And I'm sure it will while we're still in this pandemic, because it is very popular.
Right.
Right. Pandemic.
Yeah. All right. And Commissioner Ordian, do you want to fill us in on parks and open spaces?
Sure, with my pleasure. Just for you to know, I'm overlooking the Yaka Park, Shield Park, and North Jackson Park. So everything seems nice and clean over there. I'm noticing more people attending, not as many as we wanted to see, but there's more people, especially on weekdays. I noticed there was a group of guys playing basketball at the at the Yaka Park, which was good. It's still, we want to see more and more people, but so far everything looks clean and nice, and it's have an inviting look, and it's nice. It's good to see some family activities over there as well, like with families with kids. And in North Jackson, I saw several cars parked there with the sport activities. So looks like people coming back, and so which is actually great.
Armin, I'm actually going to have to ask you to report on other parks and open spaces, just because your parks I have to leave for later for park updates.
Okay, sure. Okay, no comments on that.
Okay. All right. Kimberly, I don't know if you have anything to report on IPAC, so should I just move forward?
yeah, go ahead. No
Okay.
reports at the moment.
All right.
Hey,
All
Megan.
right, so yes.
Megan, sorry. So Armin, just to kind of clarify again for you, what you might want to do is talk about, overall park conditions. It might be where you have to visit all the parks and talk about what you just said, that all the parks seem pretty busy, and then each commissioner can talk about their individual parks as well as you during your park updates. But open spaces and things like that are going to probably involve the sports park and what might be coming on that. And if you need more information on that, I can certainly talk to you about that and hook you up with the guy who's actually running the sports park. You might want to talk about any other park spaces like dog parks that we're also in charge of. If you look at dog parks, you can say, hey, there's no doggy bags at one of the parks. I'm just using that as an example. So that's kind of what you can also talk about trails, because that's open spaces. So the East Indio trails that you might want to walk it, get your hiking boots out and go walk some of our trails. That's something you can talk about as well. But really, there's a couple parks that we haven't even started yet, but we have the space, so you can talk. Like there's a park called the Jacqueline Cochran Park that's not it's not done yet, it's not ready, but it's assigned to be a park. It just hasn't yet. One of the things that I notice when I go by there is there's just weeds everywhere on that park, and that's a city property. So you can report on that to Paul during this spot and say, hey, I went to this park that's not ready yet, but why are there weeds growing out? And then Paul might be able to go to his guys and say, we should really clean this up. We tell everybody else they have to keep parks nice, their houses nice and clean, and some of their open spaces nice and clean, yet we're not doing that. And that's just an example. So that's kind of what you're looking at for open spaces. And if you think there's an open space somewhere in the city that you think a park should be built or could be built, you know, report back to us on that. Or if you have somebody that comes to you and says, hey, why isn't Kauai Park why don't they have a water fountain? Just to throw that out as an example. Those are the kind of things you're bringing to us for this spot. And then when it comes to your park updates, that's when you're getting into the meat of Yucca and Shields and North Jackson.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
Noted. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. So we'll move forward to park updates, and I know this is going to need some reassigning and whatnot. I'll ask Armin and Kimberly, would you guys like to stay at the parks that you're at right now, or would you like to move? I know for me personally, the parks that I'm at are actually in my area that I live in, so it works best for me.
I'm okay with whatever Kimberly chooses.
Okay.
I don't have a preference at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
I will keep us at the parks that we're at, and then I have to assign Burr Street Park and Miles are together, and Hajorth and Dominguez, correct? Yes. Okay. So I don't know, Ronald and Kevin, if you guys have a preference or if you know where these parks are, if they're closer to where you live, but Hajorth and Dominguez go together, and Burr Street and Miles are together.
Ron, you're muted.
I'm north of 10. Is there either one of those closer to Monroe?
I'm trying to think, but Miles Park is not too far.
And what is it? Burr Street is
Right at Burr Street and Fred Waring.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good for me.
Okay.
Ron, are you okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then,
Horth and Dominguez, you know where those are, Ron? Horth is
Yes.
on Horth and Avenue 48, and Dominguez is on Monroe there.
Yep, got it.
Okay.
okay. As far as my parks, Kauai and Patton, there's been a little bit of activity at Patton. Kauai, there's been basically none other than maybe Kimberly. I think she was there the other day with her kids. But other than that, I think people are still kind of hesitant to go out and do anything. But it was nice to see that Kimberly visited that park. Commissioner Braza, do you want to speak on your parks?
Yes. So I think also the weather, we had really nice weather this weekend, so that helped. Some other days it's a little bit chilly, especially as soon as the sun starts going down, it's like, let's go back home. So I cover South Jackson Park and Dr. Carrion. They're looking good. Not again, not a lot of activity. I hope, community that are watching, we invite them to come out and use our parks, our amenities. And then that way we can also hear from them if they have any other suggestions or input on how we can make them even better. They're looking good, clean, get to walk around, trash is picked up, playground is clean, so no worries, people out there. It's safe for you to come out and visit. But yeah, definitely, Paul, thank you, and Indio staff and all those that keep our parks clean, safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Braza. Commissioner Ordian?
Since I already went over the park updates, so I'm going to go over the first one. And I'm going to be looking for some open spaces and parks, and I'll see what can be actually done in the future, bring suggestions to the table. So I haven't been looking for them, I guess, again, this shows I'm kind of new here. So yeah, that would be my next report. So nothing has been looked yet, and I'm looking forward to new spaces, new parks, which can bring more dynamic, more, bright and strong community in India. So that would be all. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Orden. And don't worry, we're all always still learning. Life is always learning in progress, right? Okay. So we'll move forward to updates. Jim, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, sure. I have a couple. I would even like to defer at first to Paul and Brian. So Paul, if you want to go first and talk a little bit about the park situation and maybe some of the baseball fields, and then we'll go to Brian. You can kind of give us a quick IPD update and maybe talk about your vaccine. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Paul.
Okay. Davis Field, our sports park for baseball and softball. Just last week, Friday, we were able to repair all the lightages for the field lights that were out, and boys are bright now. And but that's something we tend to do yearly, and we'll throughout the course of a year, we'll get occasional burnouts on the different poles, and doesn't really impact the play, but there's a point where you do want to do it because any additional burnages of lamps could create a problem. So we have that filled back to 100%.
Good. Brian.
Yeah, I'd just like to update the commission on a couple of things. Over at Dr. Carry-On Park, we did have a couple car campers that were staying after hours, and we were able to move them along, or either, I think we even had a car that was inoperable. So we had that towed away and secured that area and made it a little bit nicer. I wanted just to let everybody know we do have a security company, Cerna Security, that works from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 365 days a year, that patrol the parks and certain downtown government buildings as well. So they've done a great job. We've had them, this is our second year, I believe, and we've had a decrease in vandalism and a number of graffiti issues and things like that. So if you do have some concerns or issues, they do patrol the park. They do give us daily reports of how they do, who they contact. They oftentimes will call us if there is a disturbance or any kind of problem in the park or near the buildings that they've been designated to patrol. So they're kind of like our eyes and ears out on our government properties and parks and local areas. So let us know, let me know, and we can go ahead and deal with some of those issues that pop up from time to time. And just wanted to let you know also that officers still go to the parks and deal with the quality of life issues like the homeless and a number of other problems that arise that police officers will respond to as well. So welcome, and just look forward to your input and advice as well. Thank you.
I have to tell you, Brian, Paul and I were talking last week about the security company, and it has paid off tremendously. The amount of money we were spending on vandalism and lights being stolen and wire being stolen has now not even close to what we pay for the security company. It's definitely worth it for them because we were spending triple, quadruple amount of money compared to what we pay them yearly. So on repairs. So thank God that they're doing a great job. And I love not getting those calls from Paul Stama at midnight saying that they got us again. So thank them for us and really appreciate it.
It's not, and Brian, it's not just the cost of the repairs. It's a better utilization of my time and staff time. We're spending our time doing better things out there than dealing with same old chronic vandalisms that we used to have in the past. So
Yeah,
And
I definitely agree, and thank you guys. It has also freed us up as well to take on the additional homeless issues and things in and around the parks, not just the vandalism. It's also great to see that the lights are on and the condition of the parks has actually improved, so.
well,
Can
these
I
are
ask you a
things that-
question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and these are things we're able to do because of the extra time, so.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well, when it comes to the parks, are there any, or what would you say is the level of crime, I guess? Are there hot spots in the city?
Yeah, there are definitely hot spots in the city. One of the things that can draw certain people to the parks is a lack of activity in the parks. We generally have homeless move in and stay and set up their camps and set up their tents and start a community there. It
Yeah.
often brings narcotic activity, alcohol activity, prostitution, a number of different things, which actually drives out the people that need to use the park or want to use the park, our children, our families, just especially in this time. So by actively contacting them and with Cerna Security and ourselves, we are able to either arrest them, move them along, and or inform them of the park rules so that they can move on to some other place.
Does the security company actually make contact?
Yes, they will. They'll
They
make
do, okay.
contact and they'll provide the rules of the park and what rule they may be violating and ask them to move on. About 90% of the time they get compliance and they move on. So it really does help by paying attention to the parks, by patrolling the parks in that manner. It does give added security to the people that want to exercise, walk their dogs, have their kids play on the playgrounds. It gives it an additional level of security.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Paul. For some updates for me, obviously events are not happening here in the city. As of right now, the concerts are scheduled for April, as you all can probably imagine, and form your own form your own final judgment on it. That who knows if it's going to happen in April, because we're already at end of January, and we're still in the purple zone. So you can draw your conclusions on that, but they haven't canceled them for April yet. So we're kind of waiting on word from Golden Voice, the promoters, on what they're planning on doing. Teen Center is doing a great job right now. We're just increasing the number of people that join our Zoom meeting for the programs that we do. We do programming from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day, or Monday through Friday, and it's either cooking or they did tie-dye shirts the other day, and we drop off the supplies to people who would like to be a part of that program for that day. We drop them off at their house, their supplies to use to make t-shirts. We buy the t-shirts, which is part of our budget, and we drop them off to the 10 or 15 people that want to do it. And then they jump on the call at 4 o'clock and we show them how to do, like I said, an example of tie-dye t-shirts, but it's also cooking and other things like that. So we've been getting pretty good interest in that, and we hope we keep that up and keep going on that.
But the teen center is closed physically right now?
Yes, Teen Center and Senior Center are both closed physically. And the Teen Center now the Senior Center now is up to 70 meals a day that we give out for just lunches, which is part of the Meals on Wheels program with the Mizell Senior Center. So we're up to 70 on that, and we're almost increasing that weekly. And Mizell doesn't mind at all. They drop off the food to us. Then we, from between 11 a.m. and 12 a.m., we give those meals out to the seniors that come to the Senior Center. We have a side door. They come up, they have to sign for their meal, and we give them their meal and they're on their way. It's really a pretty cool process. But since the CARES Act was approved by City Council to give the Senior Center extra money to provide more meals, we now give them a dinner every day as well, we could limit our dinners only to 60 people with the amount of money that we were given with the CARES Act. So we have 60 people that have signed up, and we do dinner for them. So they can get a lunch every day, they can get a dinner every day, and then for the weekends, the Mizell program, the Meals on Wheels program, and not the dinner program, give them an extra meal for Saturday and Sunday as well. So we try to take care of them 7 days a week. This past Friday, the CARES Act money, the people we use for that for the dinners actually brought out a food truck, and they parked at the senior center, and they got a little coupon from the window at the senior, from the door from the senior center, and they moved over to the food truck and got their dinner from the food truck, which was kind of cool. So the people really liked that. We had a lot of people stop by that saw the food truck and said, hey, I want to get some chicken and waffles, or I want to get what they're cooking. And we had to be like, wait a second, they can't do that. It's all part of the program. So I'd like to continue that with them and maybe do it once a week or once every couple of weeks, bring out a food truck and do tacos or whatever we can do. But the catering company that we use is based out of Indio. So it's a great thing for the catering company. They make a little bit of money. The seniors get great meals. They've really been, the seniors have loved them. It's been great for sure.
Are there income guidelines for that?
There are for the Mizell, not for us. They have to be a member of the senior center, right, Edith? I think they have to be a member, or no? For the dinner ones, from the ones from
Actually, the Mizell Senior Center, there's no income.
Oh, there isn't.
But our lunch program there is, but it's
so
like one person has to make over 2,000 a month, which very rare any of our members do.
Okay.
But they don't have to be a member of the senior center to be part of any of the programs.
Good. And it's really fun to watch the staff at the senior center interact with the seniors that come, because I think sometimes the seniors don't get to see anybody else the whole day, except for when they come to our senior center. And the staff at the senior center it's just awesome to see them interact with them and joke with them and yell at them, and they yell back, not in a bad way, good things, of course, but it's just great to see them with a smile on their face, and they look forward to coming. When I go over, hey, Jen, it's just a cool thing. So if you ever want to come see it, come between 11 and 12 at the senior center and just watch the interaction with the seniors. It's a great thing. It's awesome. One more thing on the golf course too, we are going to be starting up a mobile testing site at the golf course parking lot, which I think starts on January 27th. If that's a Tuesday. Tuesday the 26th will be the first one. So we're going to take the south end of the parking lot, and from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. will turn into a testing site for COVID. So it's going to just be one more testing site on the north side for people to go to and get tested. You know, the fairgrounds is one, and there's a couple other ones on the east side of the city, but we'll be on the north side. So that's going to be I think they're going to do it once a week, having that mobile test site there. So looking forward to starting that. That'll be kind of cool for sure. Everything else in your Performing Arts Center, I usually report on, but I don't have to anymore. So Ron has that, and we're looking forward to them coming back and starting their shows again. And it's such a great program that Desert Theater Works has there at IPAC. We love having them there. They've brought a lot of people into town that have never been to our town before, or to see great shows. How many awards did you win, Ron, on this last Desert Theater Awards? Ron, are you there? Uh-oh, did we lose him? Ron, did we lose you?
You lost me. My big moment. I stepped out.
I was asking how many awards did you win from this last set of
oh my gosh, it was something like 18, several awards. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. It's great to have them there. I would attend the shows. I love the shows, and can't wait till they can start performing again. Looking forward to that for sure.
Did you just exit stage left?
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. That's all I have for updates, Megan.
Okay.
I do have some questions before we let you go, if I may. Yeah. So two of them. One, Jim, can you go over the designated areas for future parks? And then question number 2 is I've been asked to provide updates on the sports park. And I know that it's going to council and all that. Where should we refer people to? And if you can tell us quickly where we're at with that.
Yes, so there's a couple parks, and Paul, you can correct me on this for sure. There's a couple things that we've had. The Jacqueline Cochran Park is one where it's on Monroe there, south of Avenue 48, that we took over a couple years ago because we bought the property and we were going to turn that into a park, and we just haven't at this point because of budget situations. We had a park that was up on the north side by the Indio Trails that was going to be designated a park. It's now owned by Indio Water Authority. Is that right, Paul? And I don't think a park is going to be doing that.
Yeah, Posse Park is, the last time I spoke with Indian Water Authority, is still on their agenda. But
Posse Park, that's right. That's what it was called, right?
Park. And of course, the new sports park that we're going for a grant about.
Where is that going to be located?
It'd be on Market Street west of Jackson.
Okay.
And then did I read that there's another location, or I don't know how, proposed location closer to Highway 111, and is it between like Oasis, King Street, that area?
Paul?
King Street, that's not ringing a bell. We have Marshall Parkway, which has artwork, which we treat it like a city park.
Which one is that, Paul?
That's on Jackson Street, just north of 111 on the east side. Got the big trees. It's got the fantastic artwork with, and demonstration garden.
All right. I wasn't sure. I think I had read in one of the city's newsletter that area was like missing a park, like kind of like a park desert type. And so I wasn't sure if the city had like designated or identified an area or like an actual land for it. Okay.
But there are locations like Burr Street Park and Kauai Park where the city owns adjacent land that could be expanded at some time in the future.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And the sports park, I don't know if there's any updates at this time. We're still waiting on the grant that we applied for, that we will be applying for. I think that's due pretty soon. Paul, you might have an update on that.
Yeah, I really don't. I haven't been working with staff on that project.
Okay, I will have them come back maybe at our February meeting and just update the new commissioners and update us on anything that might be changed. So let's plan on that, Edith, for next meeting. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Jim, one quick question. Do we have a date on when we're doing that joint meeting with council yet, or no?
We don't. I will set that up with you guys. Maybe we'll probably shoot for March on that. I'll get with Scott Trujillo and talk to him about when that can happen. Now that we have, I didn't think we were going to have 2 new commissioners so quickly either, and they were both assigned at the last city council meeting, so we got them quickly. So I'll set that up and we'll have the joint meeting. That'd be good.
Okay, perfect. If there's nothing else, anybody, I'll go ahead and adjourn. All right, the meeting.
One more.
Oh,
That's all right. That's okay. That's
Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, are there any parks planned north of the 10?
I don't think we have any. Paul, do you know of any that we had planned on the north side?
No, again, on the north side, we're fortunate to be, maybe a little bit park heavy with Patton Park, Station 87 Dog Park, with Kauai Park. And those would all be north of 10. North Jackson Park kind of straddles it almost. Again, that's an area of the city where again, we have a clustering of parks, which is a good thing.
Okay.
Good.
Thank
Good.
you.
meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.